What is going on, everybody? Paul here, yet again, on time, on schedule, like a bullet train with your crypto coffee update. I got your news, conferences, events, everything related to the exciting new world of digital ledger technology, blockchain, and crypto. And really, all I need from you is a simultaneous sip. So, join me now. Always enjoy that nice bonding experience where we share this moment of reprise and time together. Let's go ahead and segue into the news of the day and see what's happening in this space. ICO fraud is apparently rampant according to the NASAA. I love these acronyms. You have NASA, the NSA, and now NASA with an extra A. This is the North American Securities Administrators Association, and they're looking at over 200 ICO cases in Operation Crypto Sweep. This is an operation to see what may or may not be fraud. Let's go ahead and explore what is going on. This is all coming out of an August 28th announcement, and this is for Canada and the US alike, over 200 active investigations at this time. According to the NASAA president, Joseph Borg, this started as an investigation suspecting securities fraud, but quickly ballooned into more investigations about provincial security laws, including some issues with registering products before offering them to investors. So this is expanding beyond just what was originally supposed to be the scope of these investigations. However, the NASAA did want to drive home the point that not all cryptos are fraud. They just want to make sure that individual investors are indeed safe. And this is something the government doesn't always get correct. You can see that here from South Carolina. They ended a cease and desist order against a crypto startup, specifically ShipChain. ShipChain got kind of a bad rap considering they were under investigation for potential fraud, and lo and behold, that got thrown out. They were clear and everything looks good. So this is just to drive home the point that government isn't always 100% correct, and sometimes, actually maybe even almost half the time, these investigations simply result in the all clear order and everything comes out in the wash. Keeping with the theme of government involvement in this new exciting technology, national blockchain platform to be launched in Australia. Australia has been a very hot area for cryptocurrency so far. A lot of development, a lot of industrial onboarding, and a lot of cryptocurrency projects coming out of the island nation. Let's explore what they're doing with their ANB, or Australian National Blockchain. It's a result of the CSIRO's Data61, law firm Herbert Smith Freehill, and IBM. These three entities are working together to create a government-backed blockchain to allow industries to create smart contracts from the negotiation phase all the way to the completion of an agreement. It's a new piece of infrastructure that's supposed to make Australia even more attractive, promoting paper-free automated business relations. However, one does have to wonder to what extent, being that this is a distributed ledger technology implementation, that this chain will indeed be distributed. Given that it's owned by the government, there is some questions that can be raised with mutability. However, given that blockchain is indeed in its very early stages, this is an exciting development that at least signals to the wider market Australia is interested and open to the technology. It's something that they've definitely put on display, given that, as you can see here, not only has there been massive industrial investment, but projects such as Powerledger and Clearpool have come out of Australia and taken the crypto world by storm. So exciting innovation coming out from down under. Jumping up to Europe, Poland is set to clarify its stance on cryptocurrency taxation. Poland has had a bit of a rough relationship with crypto in the past. The government even paid a YouTuber to create an anti-crypto video. So it's interesting to see Poland finally hammering out some regulations and clarifying things in the Eastern European nation. The bill apparently defines cryptocurrencies within the meaning of the act of counteracting money laundering and terrorism finance, which means they are seen as digital representations of money. The bill is splitting them into two categories: cryptocurrency and virtual digital currency, both of which can be used as an accepted medium of exchange. Furthermore, cryptocurrency miners are only going to be taxed if they're mining for an organization or for an individual. If they mine for themselves and later on sell the crypto, they'll only be taxed when selling. And interestingly enough, crypto-to-crypto transactions won't be taxed. So this may be very significant for a country like Poland. Only time will tell, and we'll see if this bill even passes. Jumping up in scope from Poland to the entirety of the EU, apparently lack of transparency is among reasons for a possible tightening of cryptocurrency regulations in the entirety of the European Union. This could be potentially worrisome given the fact that so much innovation has been coming out of the European continent. Not only are many blockchain projects based in Europe, but recently Binance moved its headquarters over to Malta, and we just explored an article talking about how Poland is finally formalizing its regulation. So this may or may not be a blow to this innovation? Let's explore. Finance ministers from the EU's 28 member states are going to hold an informal meeting talking about some of these challenges and potentially even tightening regulations. This was reported by Bloomberg on the 29th. According to the draft notes seen by Bloomberg, the general lack of transparency, the use for tax evasion, terrorist financing, money laundering, etc., will all be discussed in Vienna. Given a recent report demonstrated that less than 1% of money laundering and terrorism financing occurs via cryptocurrency, one has to wonder if these studies will be proposed or looked at with any seriousness from the EU's 28 member nations. The NASAA's counterpart in Europe, ESMA, the European Securities and Markets Authority, has warned customers about ICOs, citing again the lack of investor understanding and the prolific scams that are occurring in the space thanks to, they say, the unregulated financial activities. But again, as we say here at Cryptide, nothing's ever going to replace the good old-fashioned doing your own research. Nonetheless, those words don't sound too sweet to people who have experienced the sting of an ICO scam, so the European Securities and Markets Authority are taking this very seriously under EU law and will keep you up to date as these things unfold. However, while it could be said only time will tell, we do have some historical precedent for what a ban may look like. Moving over to India, the central bank is now worried that the crypto crackdown they've instituted just a few months ago may well backfire. The Reserve Bank of India fears it may be pushing cryptocurrencies into the shadows, a great fear for any government when a powerful medium of exchange begins to rival the fiat currency the government pushes. The RBI is very worried about the trading of cryptocurrencies becoming opaque, as stated in a report from August 29th. On April 6th, the RBI ordered all cryptocurrency exchanges and traders to wind down business relationships within a 3-month time, and since then there has been a boon in peer-to-peer trading and over-the-counter trading. In an even more painful blow, larger institutions are looking to shift their offices to more crypto-friendly countries, bringing the huge potential tax bonus abroad. This just goes to show that when you ban something outright, the activity doesn't go away. It either disappears underground, law-abiding citizens suffer because they can't access it in a legal way, and worse still, a lot of the activity, taxable economic activity, goes abroad, further impacting the local economy in a negative way. So banning something outright like this is just abusing the monopolistic power of the state and, as always, has unforeseen negative consequences for the individuals on the ground. And this is something that isn't just going to go away with time as governments may wish. Cryptocurrency interest is rising in American universities according to Coinbase, and no doubt that's all around the world as well. Research has found universities are offering more crypto-related courses owing to a growing interest in the subject. I went ahead and just took an excerpt of the key findings for the sake of brevity, but suffice to say that 42% of the world's top 50 universities now offer at least one course in crypto or blockchain, students from a range of majors are interested in crypto and blockchain courses, and universities are adding them across multiple departments, and the original study by Coinbase included a survey of 675 students, comprehensive review of courses at 50 international universities, and even interviews with professors and students. So the upcoming generation is extremely excited, engaged, and interested about this emerging technology, and for governments to outright ban it, well, that may not have the impact that they think it will. With that said, only time will tell if we're sprinting headlong into a neon future or into a 1984 Brave New World kind of scenario, but given the fact that the distributed and decentralized fields are still strong and growing stronger every day, looks as though it may be the former rather than the latter. So, we'll keep an eye on all of these stories going forward and keep you up to date about any significant developments, but with the news out of the way, let's go ahead and move on to the events and conferences, of which there are not that many. I've noticed that towards the end of the month, many projects are focused on getting what they have to get done for deadlines finished and wrapped up, and same thing with the beginning of the month. So while there are a lot of notes in the B list, which are again all fine projects, it's just far too much to talk about with respect to time, there's only one thing to talk about for August 31st, Friday, and that is a OKEx global meetup tour that's happening in the Ukraine. So if you're going to be in that region, maybe worth checking out. But as said, check the B list, tons of stuff happening down there, just far too much to talk about with respect to time. But you don't want to miss anything that may be happening with some of your favorite coins. We got some giveaways, some airdrops, and some AMAs happening. And check behind me. You know, it's a good way to kind of get your feet wet with doing your own research, just making sure the link is legitimate and says what I claim it says. After all, I do make sure that everything is up to date and streamlined. However, good way to get some experience in the field, doing some digging on your own links. And don't forget about our exciting Viewly giveaway. That's right, a Viewly giveaway where you could be entered for your chance to win some free tokens on the exciting new content creation platform, Viewly. Go ahead and head over to view.ly to check it out. Watch the Crypto Coffee update from August 27th and 28th to get your information and get entered. But for now, my name is Paul, signing off. Thanks again for watching. We are Cryptide, and remember, the tide is rising. Apparently the whole planet used to be water.